Hi everyone, welcome to my channel TCU for Olympiads and JEE. Today I am back with vector operations and this is 05 of this series. This is 05. Let's start with, as it is 05, we will start with question number 13. This is the question number 13. Let's first of all read this question. What is the property of two vectors P and Q if P plus Q equals to P minus P vector plus Q vector is equals to P vector minus Q vector? Okay. Now, since it's told that P vector plus Q vector is equals to P vector minus Q vector, now we have to find out what property is it showing. Or whether P is a null vector or Q is a null vector or P is a proper vector or Q is a proper vector. We have to find out. Pause the video and try the question. The answer is option B. The answer is option B. The answer is option B. Let's see how is it coming. First of all, this P vector plus Q vector is root over of P square plus Q square, and then we have plus 2PQ cos theta, and this is told that to be equals to P vector minus Q vector, which is equals to P square plus Q square minus 2PQ cos theta. First of all, on squaring both sides, this root will get cancelled, and after squaring, this P square Q square will get cancelled with this. So we will remain with 4PQ cos theta is equals to 0. So this 4 also gets cancelled. We remain with PQ cos theta equals to 0. So from this equation we can justify P is either P is a null vector or Q is a null vector, or okay, P is a null vector or Q is a null vector, or cos theta equals to 0. Cos theta equals to 0. When is cos theta 0? Theta equals to 90. Now this is not for not any option, so this will not be the condition. A, B, C, D, none of this satisfies this. So we can check that P, if P is equals to 0, if we see this in the equation, if P is a null vector, then Q will be equal to minus Q. Then Q must also be a null vector. Then both P and Q is a null vector. But if Q is a null vector, then P must not be a null vector. So the P, we are not sure of the value of P, whether it is a null or not null. So we are sure that Q is null. In first case also, in second case also, Q is a null vector. So we can come to a conclusion that B is the correct option. That is, Q is a null vector. And that's how we got the solution. Q is a null vector, option B. Moving on to question, this is question number 13. Now we will move on to question number 14. Let's see, this is question number 14, and here it is given nearly equal to. This has a special meaning. The answer is not the given options, but near about these options. It's given two vector P and Q have equal magnitude of 10 units. They are oriented as shown in the figure. The resultant of this vector is nearly equal to any option, and this is given in the figure. Let's see how to proceed with this question. Options are 10 unit, 10 root 2 unit, 12 unit, and none of the above. Since I have told nearly equal to, it will be nearly equal to some value. If it were not it was not nearly equal to, it was not told that it was nearly equal to, so I am telling that answer would have been D. But since it is given nearly equal to, the answer is something else. Pause the video and try the question. The answer is option C. The answer is option C. Let's see how to solve this question. Now first we have to resolve the vectors on x-axis and y-axis. We can do it another way, but yeah, we can do it another way. That would be simpler. Let's do it that way only. Yeah. First of all, but there we need some good knowledge of trigonometry, compound angles form. Okay, now we can do parallel translation of this vector to be form it here. So since this is 135 degree, this is 30 degree, so this angle will be 105 degree. This is Q. So we can just apply the formula P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos 135 and whole root. Okay. Now first let's evaluate cos 105. Cos 105 is equals to cos 40 plus cos 45 plus cos 60, which is equals to cos 45 cos 60 minus sin 45 sin 60, which comes out to be what? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Okay. Now putting the value P to be 10 there, 100. Now Q square is 100. 2PQ is 200. And then this is root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2 whole root under. Now on solving this, we will get this is a negative quantity. Oh sorry, I have done a little mistake here. This is root 3, 1 minus root 3, this will be. Okay. Near another in this part also. Now, this will be 1 minus root 3. I am the simple error. Yeah. Now, we will see that this is a negative quantity. This 2 will get cancelled with this. And this will remain 100. Now, on solving this, we will get something near about root 144, which is option C. Moving on, this is how we have solved the question. Since it was told nearly equal to, we can just justify it to be 12, or else the option would have been none of this. Moving on to this was question number 14. Moving on to question number 15, and the last question for today. This is question number 15. Yeah. It's told if P is equal to Q, P vector equals to Q vector plus R vector and Q vector is equal to R vector plus P vector, then the value of R is, or whether P vector plus Q vector or Q vector minus P vector or P vector minus Q vector or a null vector. Okay. Let's see what is the solution and the answer first. The answer is option D. The answer is option D. That is, it is a null vector. This is a null vector. Let's see how this is a null vector. It's given P vector equals to Q vector plus R vector and Q vector equals to R vector plus P vector, right? Now, if first of all we can write R vector to be equals to P vector minus Q vector. Another time we can write R vector to be equals to Q vector minus P vector, which is equals to minus of P vector minus Q vector, which is equals to minus of R vector itself. So we can write 2R vector equals to 0. I am just talking about modulus only everywhere. Now, so modulus of 2R vector is 0, so modulus of R vector is 0. So this simply implies that R is a null vector. That's all. A simple question. And we can also judge by options that R vector can never be equals to P vector plus Q vector. It's always P vector minus or Q vector minus P. But these both options are there, so we can just understand that both are not the correct answer, because it is a single correct type question and two answers can't be. This is a way to check the options. So with this we come to an end to this video. With this note of thanks, I am ending the video here. Thank you so very much for watching the video till the end.